God will not be mocked. It was posted all over social media. But do I agree with this statement? I wasn't going to do an episode about this, with a few exceptions, like when the church announced a second miracle had been attributed to the intercession of Carlo Acutis. I don't really cover current events. I think that's evident in the fact that this is being released almost a month after the event. However, I was praying the rosary the other day when a thought occurred to me, and I feel I need to share it. I'm going to keep this general and not specific to the current event. That way it applies over time. I'll start by explaining for those who have not prayed the rosary. For now, I'll keep this to just the parts that are relevant to this topic and save the details for maybe a future episode. I know many non-Catholics, and probably plenty of Catholics too, think this is just a bunch of Hail Marys. And it is a lot. I don't care who you are, that is funny. However, it's not just a bunch of Hail Marys. Let me back up. The Rosary has 20 mysteries. These are major events and miracles that took place at the very start of Christianity. These are broken into 4 groups of 5. Each time we pray the Rosary, we are instructed to focus on one of these 4 groups. Depending on the day of the week, depends on which group is recommended. The beauty of this is that we can reflect as we pray on Christ's life. It's as though we travel through the story of his life. It's really beautiful. Anyway, the day I mentioned earlier was a Friday, and therefore it is recommended that we focus on the sorrowful mysteries. I had reached the crowning of the thorns. As I prayed, I contemplated on how Jesus was mocked by the crowd and the soldiers. And then it hit me. God was still being mocked. If you're watching this video shortly after its release, you know there was a recent current event, if you want to call it recent, where God was mocked. If you're watching this video a year from its release, there's probably a current event where God was mocked. If you're watching this video 5 years from now, well, I think by now you get the point. I really wasn't going to do an episode about this. Then I realized during my prayer, this is not a current event. God is mocked. He has been mocked for millennia, and he will continue to be mocked throughout the future. The term God will not be mocked floated around social media. I posted the term myself on X. But Christ himself, God and man, allowed himself to be mocked for love of us. I felt like I was being strongly reminded of this as I contemplated the crown of thorns being placed cruelly on his head as the soldiers laughed at his suffering and humility. So the next question is, when he is mocked, well, what do we do? Let me ask you something. And I'm about to pull out a 90s reference. Are you ready? What would Jesus do? That's right. WWJD, let's bring it back. I can tell you exactly what he'd do because it's right here. They spit on him. They laughed at him. They challenged to come down from that cross. You helped others, save yourself. His response was, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Should you speak out when he is mocked? Yes. Should you be offended on God's behalf? Definitely. Should you forgive? Absolutely. And then pray for them. Pray for their conversion. Pray for God's mercy. Pray that they receive the grace to understand what it was that Jesus actually did for love of them, so that they can have that beautiful moment of contrition and love. Pray. I've got nothing for a transition today. I'm really slacking. Don't you be slacking. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share my video and channel. I mentioned Carlo Acutis earlier. If you'd like to hear how amazingly awesome he was, make sure to click on my video right there, or there, or, I don't actually know where it will be. It's a new end screen. You like it? It could be anywhere. Just, yeah, bye.